I always believed that love was fairly uncomplicated. You found the perfect woman, gorgeous but practical. You married, settled down with children, minivan, mortgage, and lived quietly, predictably, happily ever after. That was my dream, until she came into my life.
I'm okay, I'm good, all is fine, so why this change I feel? My head is spinning round and round like a summer Ferris wheel. My heart says yes, my mind says no, like a crazy change in the weather. So I'm rain, then ice, stormy, then blue skies above. Maybe this craziness is love.
Her name is Charlene. She's an art student. No way. Yeah, she's visiting here from New York. Her grandmother's setting up some sort of art exhibit or something.
No way. The last time you tried to set me
Did
up...
I ask you to take her out? No. I just asked you to pick her up from the airport and show her the sights in Salt Lake on the way to her parents' house. Then dinner, if she's hungry.
Sounds like a date to me.
She's on vacation. She just wants to see the sights.
So send Mom.
Her father seems to think you two might hit it off.
Her father?
My new regional manager.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Look, all I want you to do is pick her up, show her the sights, take her home. Simple, easy.
Okay, well then I'll take her to Temple Square and buy her a milkshake.
Oh, you could do better than that. It's only one night. Please, as a favor to me. Subsidy? Welfare?
Deal.
$70 in the Mustang. I was on a roll. One quick lap around town, a light dinner, home by 8:30, and I'm $50 richer. I was smooth, confident, in control.
I can't say for certain. It's possible that it's my sanity's fine.
Well, mostly. Besides, it was one night. What could possibly happen in one night?
Mark?
So, marry me.
How romantic. Too late.
I want to be married to you.
And you know what that means?
Two people with matching rings, spending time together. What more could you want?
I'll let you know when I find it.
Come back to New York, and we can do this like you wanted to.
Why the rush now? I'm here. I might as well see what Salt Lake has to offer.
Come on, Charlie. Quit with the games.
Who's playing?
You're a little upset. You play games when you're upset. Just tell your dad you're getting back on the plane.
Dad's not coming to get me.
Who is?
I don't know. Dad arranged it. Jealous?
Of what? Some Mormon guy?
How do you know he's Mormon?
You're in Utah. The state that buys more wedding and birth announcements per capita than any other state in the civilized world. Trust me. He's a straight-laced, button-down bore. Hello? Charlie, are you listening?
Believe me, Mark, you have nothing to worry about. That's me. On the sign.
I'm Utah. Welcome to Sam.
Nice to meet you, Utah. Sam's a beautiful place. I take it you're my ride home.
Sorry, yeah. Sam Roberts. Can I help you with that?
No, thanks. Got it. You work for my father?
No, actually, I'm a student like you.
You're an art major?
Computer information systems.
Perfect. Did my father tell you why he wanted you to pick me up?
Actually, I've never met you.
I'm practically engaged, but Daddy doesn't like my choice of men, so he looks for fine, upstanding young men like yourself to lure me away. You know what? It's working. Coming, Utah?
Excuse me. You're engaged?
He's asked, but I haven't said yes. Why? Are you interested? Don't you think you ought to get that?
Sorry, just remind me not to be late.
Okay, Utah, let's get this over with, shall we?
Look, if you don't want to go out, I'm absolutely...
Disappoint Daddy? Not a chance. What's the plan?
Why don't you decide? Got all the local historical sites and points of...
Amy, Anna, Barbara, Tessa. Well, Utah, is that your little black book?
This is the place monument.
Not much there.
Hobo Zoo there?
I'm allergic. What do those little check marks mean?
There's always Trolley Square. Used to be a trolley station. Now it's a huge shopping mall.
Fascinating. Ooh, yours?
My father's.
Do you have a rating system, or is it just survival of the fittest with you?
There's always Kennecott Copper Mine, the largest open strip mine in the world.
Wow. Hate to pass that up. Fun-filled evening with you at the local strip mine. Somehow, Utah, you don't seem the type.
What'd you put in these things? Hey! What are you doing?
Come on, Utah.
Are you crazy?
Woo!
Slow down! I want to be able to borrow this car again.
Life is for fun, Sam. Sounds like you need a life. Woo! Cannot drive like this in Manhattan.
You're not supposed to drive like this in Utah, Charlene.
Charlie. Call me Charlie. Woo!
I don't think this is such a good idea, Charlie.
Relax, Utah. If you can drive in New York, you can drive anywhere. Of course, I can't drive in New York anymore. Does this radio work?
Don't touch that. Watch the road.
Woo! Hey, did you see that?
What? Hey!
Please.
How many?
We will take whatever you got. Thank you.
Next, please. Welcome aboard.
What's your name?
Rafferty, ma'am.
Mr. Rafferty, I'd like you to be my fiancé. He's just proposed, and you are the first one we've told.
Actually, we've just met.
Ah, congratulations, kid.
Why, thank you. Sam and I would like to ride your Ferris wheel for a long, long time. You understand?
I'm not that old.
Good.
Hang on.
Do you do that often?
What?
Lie to complete strangers?
No. I lie to people I know, too. Come on. Loosen up, Utah.
Aren't you, kind of cold in that?
Why are you hot? Why couldn't we be engaged? Aren't I good enough for you?
I don't even know you.
Exactly my point. Who's to say I couldn't qualify? You voted for him?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. If you like a soil-grubbing, global warming corporate puppet, yeah, no. It's nice to know America's safe in the hands of voters like you. Describe her to me.
Careful. Who?
The future Mrs. Utah. What's she like? No. Let me guess. A little on the stout side, but pleasant. Always pleasant. Perpetually aproned, but never ruffled. June Cleaver with a day planner.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on, Utah. You cannot tell me sitting there in your highly starched shirt that you do not dream of tying the knot with some ultra-organized, gorgeous woman who just happens to love to cook and sew and cater to your every whim.
I don't know what I want yet. Certainly haven't found her. But when I do, well, I'll know it and she'll know it, and we won't run around being practically engaged to each other either. We'll get married and we'll stay married.
Because frankly, love isn't something you just toss around between the lost and found.
You really mean like till death do you part?
No, more like forever.
Why, you are a romantic. Who would have guessed it? A man who actually believes in happily ever after. I hope you find it.
This one is your fault.
Most everything is.
Whose idea was it to have him pick her up?
Now, Claire...
I could have picked her up. You could have picked her up.
Well, I don't think she would have enjoyed that nearly as much.
I suppose you'd prefer she date the same riffraff she's been bringing home since junior high. Captain Non-Commitment.
Mark? Well, he'd be a whole lot better than some hypertensive Boy Scout.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's kind of cute. Why didn't you tell me he was so handsome, Eddie? I imagined him to be someone more humble.
You three behave. Sam, I'd like you to meet my family. This is my father and my mother.
Mr. and Mrs. Riley?
Oh, no need to be so formal. Call them Eddie and Claire. They love that kind of thing. And this is my grandmother.
And you can call me anything you want.
I had so much fun the other night that I asked Sam to show me more of the city. He's lived here his whole life. Tell them that fascinating thing you told me on the way home from the airport.
Did you know that there's a difference in humidity between here and New York?
Really? Fascinating.
A difference in humidity?
Right, that's why we feel so uncomfortable now.
I don't feel uncomfortable.
Well, that's because we're inside. We'll wait till later and you'll feel uncomfortable.
Oh, you mean when I'm alone with you?
That's not what I meant.
What exactly do you mean?
We have to go.
You can be so shy sometimes. Don't wait up. So, now I can say I have seen the Mormon Vatican.
Temple Square. You almost got us kicked out.
There wasn't a sign.
I don't think they anticipated someone would actually go wading in a reflection pool.
Can I get you anything else?
I'd like a glass of Merlot, please.
I'm sorry, we don't serve alcohol here. Would you care for something else?
We're fine, thanks.
People are so much fun.
Charlene?
Charlie.
Charlie? Why did you ask me out?
Your magnetic personality. I feel irresistibly drawn to you.
Can you be serious?
I'm trying to be.
You are the oddest woman I have ever met. You lie all the time. You have no respect. And you're always messing around. I have no idea how to take you.
Take me where? Truth? You intrigue me. A grown man who still believes in fairy tales. But I wonder, does he really believe it, or has he just never read anything else?
Maybe it's not a fairy tale.
Sam, you are not like any prince I have ever read about. And I am no princess. Still, you do have a castle.
See, it's...
And it is beautiful. Who knows? Maybe while I'm here I could learn more about you. The Mormons, I mean.
I think I can arrange that.
The first principle is the plan of our Heavenly Father.
So maybe a missionary discussion wasn't the best choice for a second date. But it went well, I thought. And I was ready for the next step.
God lives, and we want to share with...
I don't believe a word of it. My grandmother is convinced I'm in the clutches of a strange man bent on making me the newest member of your church. And she thinks it's all very romantic. My parents have vowed never to let anyone pick me up from the airport again. What do you do with all this stuff?
We can it. We put it in glass jars and store it.
Doesn't my dad pay your father enough?
You're changing the subject. What about the missionary?
Oh, I told you. I don't believe it. Ooh, what are these?
Green beans. Have one. Why don't you believe it?
I told you. The whole thing's ridiculous. Hardest thing to understand is why you believe it. You look like an intelligent person.
Is that right?
Of course, looks can be deceiving. You have raspberries?
Why don't you find out for yourself?
Yeah, I thought that's what I'd done.
Oh, you have to ask.
This would be so good with ice cream.
I mean, you have to pray.
To what?
To God?
Hey, God, are you out there?
Something like that.
Yeah, and he'll just pop up and answer me. Me and all the 5-6 billion other people on the planet?
He'll answer. Really.
Oh, like hearing voices.
No. You feel it more than anything else. And you know.
Kind of cute when you're serious. You get this little furrow thing right there. It's very distinguished.
We could pray right now, right here. It's pretty secluded.
Why, Sam, you romantic devil, you.
You want to say the prayer?
Come on, kneel down.
If these bushes suddenly burst into flames and Charlton Heston appears, you're in big trouble. Do you mind? We're about to talk to God here.
Okay, close your eyes and I'll say it.
Sam, you are definitely crazy.
So, what do you think?
Technically, fine.
But
why the fruit salad? What's so compelling about a bunch of fruit?
my style's just different from yours.
It's not a matter of style. So we see the world differently. Maybe we're looking for different things. The point is, till you feel something here, you can't reveal it here.
You're right. It's your exhibit anyway, and I'm just not ready.
Nonsense. You're a marvelous painter, and I would love to have some of your work concluded in the exhibit. But this is an exercise. If you want to be an artist, you have to take a risk. Find something you don't own completely. Something that you feel so deeply that you can't imagine you could ever possibly paint it. Paint that.
He was a cute little boy, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of cute now.
He'll do.
He's a good guy. I didn't know if you'd be back after last time.
You saw?
No, Sam told me. You know, sometimes he can be a little intense.
Really?
Oh, yes. He once told me that he didn't think it was proper for a woman my age to be singing and dancing in the kitchen. He was 5.
Oh, no.
For all his stubborn persistence, he has a good heart. He wouldn't push so hard if he didn't care.
This is all very important to him, isn't it?
Yeah. In a way, it's who he is.
Joe, are you telling tales on our son?
Only the most embarrassing ones.
Good. I'll join in.
We were just talking about Sam's escapades last time Charlie was here.
Yes. Praying in the backyard. Classic Robert's family dating technique. Smooth, subtle.
It worked for you.
Behave, kids.
We've always been somewhat of an embarrassment to him.
So what are we talking about?
That should do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey. Who's that?
You are going to love this.
Turn me on?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I'd know those legs anywhere.
All right, Mark. What are you up to?
I just wanted to see your beautiful face and get your professional opinion. These are samples from our new line. I'll leave next week on a sales trip to push them. What do you think?
Mark, why do they have our names on the front?
Hey! Whoa! Wow, that is... what a coincidence. Which one do you like better?
Why do you want to get married, Mark?
Honestly? Well, I moved from 2 drawers into a closet. I get my name on the mailbox, and I get a controlling share of the remote control. Darling, come on, I'm teasing you here. You know how I feel about you.
How long do you plan on feeling that way?
Well, let's see. According to this one, until the stars fall from the sky and the earth stops spinning.
No, seriously, Mark. Do you honestly believe two people can be so happy together, they want it to last forever?
Happily ever after. It's kind of a cliched notion, don't you think? I mean, yeah, I think so.
What does that mean? Happily ever after? After what? After taxes?
After the divorce. Darling, I maybe it means like a surprise, kind of, they are happy after all. Where does all this coming from? Is that desert air getting to you?
Don't you ever wonder if there's something more?
Life is for fun. Okay? You take the chances that it gives you, and you make the best of it. I mean, what else is there?
That's just it. I don't know.
Sure, New York has its museums, Broadway, 2 fairly good baseball teams, but there was one thing I was sure it didn't have, and I wanted Charlie to experience it firsthand.
Excuse me? Yes, you. Is the fishing any better over there? Because we are having no luck over here. Sorry. Don't tell me it is a fish finder, too.
Time to move.
You know, you might have more luck if you just snuck up on the little fishies. You know, catch them by surprise. Hey. Hey!
Just a tire.
That is no tire! Ah! No! I got me a fish! Ah! Right there! What do I do?
Set the hook.
Get a fish! Come eat me smell! Woo! Give it up for the rookie! Come on, little fishy, come on! Come to mama. Ah! Woo! Oh, kind of little. I suppose you all know why we've asked you here this morning. Because some of you have been putting marshmallows on your hooks. The Utah Fish and Game Department has asked me to speak today. Clinical research just released indicates that the fish in this lake have 53% more cavities. Do you know what this means? It means the UFDD must now stand the expense of sending a trout through dental school. Nice. Where are we going, Sam?
Away.
Oh, I embarrassed you. Is that it? Go ahead. Say it.
You embarrassed me.
No. No, Sam. This is where you stop rowing and throw water on me. It's what we call a water fight. Can you say that for me, dear? Water fight. It is one of those happy, spontaneous things people do in this dull world. You've got no sense of fun. Life is for laughing.
I laugh.
No. You? Smile faintly. Oh, no good, too forced, not spontaneous.
I laugh responsibly.
Oh, could you define that for us, Senator?
When the work is done, there's time left over, I laugh and I have fun.
Try again. Sam, there is never any time when the work is done. You have to laugh during the work. What would happen if this were suddenly to disappear?
Come on, Charlie.
Would the world stop spinning? Would your universe just careen out of space?
Very funny, now come on.
You want it? You'll have to get it.
You wouldn't.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice cat. It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know you'd jump in the lake?
I tell you, I am completely innocent.
You innocent? Look at this. My whole life was in this
Okay,
thing.
see, that's the thing. Don't you find that the teeniest bit twisted?
May I help you, sir?
Yes. Can this be fixed?
Oopsie. Don't suppose you have flood insurance? No, of course not. Tell you what, I'll go talk to my manager and see if your warranty covers...
Women.
Pardon me?
Actually, only one. See if my warranty covers Charlene Riley.
A woman, sir.
Charlene Riley. R-I-L-E-Y.
Sam? Sammy, this is Mommy. Do you hear me?
There she is now.
Sammy, this is Mommy. The nice man in the store let me talk to you on their big radio.
Sir, your mother did this to you?
Actually, it was my dad. It all started with my dad.
Sammy, if you can hear me, listen carefully. Mommy's sorry, Sammy. I'll buy you a new toy. Just don't be angry anymore. Remember when Mommy bought you a big bag of popcorn last week? Sam, go to the popcorn machine. Mommy has a big bag of popcorn for you. Oh, and Sammy, Mommy loves you, dear.
Oh, poor little guy.
You have no idea.
Hi, Sammy. What? I said I was sorry. Remember where we are. Can you admit it wasn't my fault?
Sir, your palm!
Keep it!
Is it always like this?
No, this is just a good day.
It's a very good day.
Charlie and Mark. We're not in right now, but you can leave a message. Unless it's really important, in which case we prefer you just keep it to yourself. Your choice at the beep. Mark, Charlie.
I need to talk. Please call.
It's the third visit this week.
She stopped drinking coffee with me in the mornings.
I set up a private lesson with a tennis pro last Sunday, and she found a reason not to go. Come to find out later, she'd been to church with him.
Maybe we should call Mark.
She doesn't seem too interested in Mark at the moment.
Does he know that?
Well, now, let's not let our imaginations run wild. Soon she'll be back in New York. Forget all about this nonsense.
But Mark can make her forget now.
Mark is an idiot.
He's handsome. Fun. We should call him. It wouldn't hurt to mention she's been asking about him, you know, in a casual way.
Claire, I'm not about to encourage my only daughter to marry some worthless...
Bye, Sister Riley. We'll see you in church on Sunday.
I'll need his number. Mrs. Edward. It's about Charlie. Something's changed.
What do you think?
You haven't said much about the church since I tried to pray with you.
Which church?
Oh, come on, you know.
Yeah, well, I decided to be fair. We Easterners are noted for our fairness.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about the Salem witch trials.
Not bad, Sam. Stick with me, and I will make you a wit. You're halfway there now. I've read the Book of Mormon. Nice technique.
You did?
You're not going to make us kneel down and pray in this boat, are you?
No.
Play along, I thought. Take the lessons, go to church, leave them laughing. It's all part of the Utah tour.
And?
I'm from New York. The Museum of Natural History, the Hayden Planetarium, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. You know what I'm saying?
No, what are you saying?
I'm not like you. I am an intellectual.
So?
I believe it. All the rotten luck.
You're kidding me, you do?
Yeah, don't rub it in, Utah.
It's a miracle!
Have you gone completely insane?
This is terrific! What's wrong?
Nobody's going to understand this. My parents will think I'm crazy.
I'll tell them to pray about it.
Okay, that's what got us into this whole mess. I've been hoisted up on my own petard.
Oh, that can be painful. I got hit in my petard once playing baseball.
Oh, Sam. What have we done to each other?
Charlie, you're not doing this because of my...
Your personal charm and magnetism?
Something like that.
You are kind of cute. But no. Sam, when I read that book, I feel something. You want to know something else? I'm praying. Someone is listening. You're winning.
I'm cheating. But don't tell your father. It's how I subsidize my Social Security. He's pretty worried about you, you know. They both are. When you were a little girl, you said you wanted to run away and join the circus, remember? Your parents did everything. They told you that midgets were actually runaway children and that they fed little girls to the lions. But you didn't listen. Do you remember what I did?
You took me to the circus.
And after we'd been there for a while, you decided it wasn't what you really wanted after all. That's how I thought this Mormon business would sort out. It hasn't worked out that way, has it? I may not agree with all the Mormon ways. Heaven knows if God's going to put us through this life, the least he can do is allow us a few good stiff drinks along the way. Just make sure you're doing things for the right reasons. And if you feel it's right, then everyone else can just go sit on a pin.
Thanks.
You're sure this is what you want?
It just feels right. I have never felt like this. I like this clean slate thing. You believe it, right?
No. I know it.
You have 24 messages.
Mark, Charlie, I need to talk. Please call.
Hey, Charlie, this is Sandra. Got a question for you? Call me at my studio.
Hi, Mark, honey. This is your mother. I haven't heard from you lately.
Mark, are you there? This is Edward. It's about Charlie. Something's changed. Okay, maybe I wasn't completely honest with you last time, but Mark, Charlie's seeing someone new. Someone, though I never thought I'd say it, worse than you. I strongly suggest you get out here.
Mark, call your mother.
Charlie? Charlie, is that you?
What are you doing in Utah?
Oh, business. But then I heard about your grandmother's exhibit, and I just had to come. What are you doing in Utah?
Well, I came out for a visit.
Oh.
But I'm thinking of making it permanent.
Oh. Are you and Mark going to keep your place in New York, or have you convinced him to pull up stakes and move out west?
Mark's in New York. Felicia, I'd like you to meet Sam. Sam, this is Felicia.
Oh.
She's an old friend from school.
Hello, it's so nice to meet you, Sam. I knew this lady before she could color in the lines. You know? Well, I've got to go. It's been wonderful seeing you again, Charlie. Let's get together before I leave. You know, catch up on old times. Oh, okay. Charmed.
Hi. Come on. I've got something to show you.
You were living with someone?
I told you I was practically engaged, Sam. It never occurred to you that he and I that we... Of course not. Why would it? I'm not living with him now.
Does he know that?
Why, Sam, I think you're jealous.
Charlie!
Mark, what are you doing? Mark. Sam, this is Mark Randolph. Mark, this is Sam Roberts.
We fished together.
She's being modest, Sam. Why, not too long ago, Charlie had me absolutely convinced I couldn't live without her. I almost had her convinced as well. There's always time, right?
Guess so.
So, Mark, what brings you out this way? You're the last person I thought I'd see here tonight.
Obviously.
Mark had some very pressing business in town and needed a place to stay.
Naturally, we couldn't let him stay in a hotel, dear.
Naturally.
And when he heard the exhibit was opening tonight.
I insisted on coming down. Frankly, Charlie, I'm a little disappointed. Usually these things are so much more lively.
Well, Sam has introduced me to a totally new way of looking at life.
You know, that's what Ed and Claire were telling me.
Well, you know, Charlene always full of surprises.
That's why I love her. You just never know what she's going to do next.
Yeah, well, some things never change. I can see you're busy.
Sam, wait up. Don't go. Let's talk.
How could you do this to me?
To you?
You're not who I thought you were.
Sam, I had a life before I met you. I did. But it was different then, and I was different then. Sam.
Sam, look at me. You introduced me to a new way of life. But it's not going to mean much to me unless you're a part of it. A permanent part. Sam, I think I just told you I love you. Sam, please say something. What do you want?
I don't know. Not use merchandise. Something on your mind, Mom?
Home early, aren't you?
Charlie wasn't perfectly honest with me.
No?
Turns out she has a past.
Most of us do.
You know what I mean. She's not
A virgin.
I just can't get it out of my head. I can't stop thinking about her, and she's just not who I thought
You'd fall in love with. Seems like she's done a lot of changing the last few weeks. So have you.
That's not the point.
No?
No, I thought you'd understand.
Well, maybe she thought you would, too.
What is this? What about wait until you're married? And now you're saying it doesn't matter?
It does matter, Sam. Your whole life we've taught you that intimacy should be connected to eternal commitment. And you've waited to find someone who felt the same way, and that's wonderful. It is, but...
Charlie obviously doesn't believe in that.
Well, maybe she didn't. Or maybe she understood it differently. But now...
No, it doesn't matter. Nothing changes the fact that she was unfaithful.
To who? To you? Someone she just met? To your principles? Principles she didn't understand or share until recently? Does knowing about her past change the way you feel about her? Well then, she's better off without you, isn't she?
I have never felt like this. I like this clean slate thing. You believe it, right?
Earth's crammed with heaven, and every common bush afire with God. But only he who sees takes off his shoes.
I've been so blind.
Yes. Well, love's like that sometimes.
Gotta find her.
She won't be there. She left right after you did. For New York.
Alone? I know. Dad, I know. Please, just... I'll pay you back every penny, I promise. Just please do me this favor. Thank you.
I'm searching in the name of your love, just to find you. These cold hard streets, I'm staring at stony faces, in and out of lonely places. Tell me, where could you be?
Can I help you?
I'm here to see Charlene Riley.
Is she expecting you, sir?
Actually, I wanted to surprise her.
Look, sir, I'm sorry. You can't enter the building unless she authorizes you to come in. I'd be happy to ring her apartment if you like.
Never mind.
They say that home is where the heart is. I'm searching. See, I'm searching. So won't you bring yours to me? Girl, I just can't do without you. My love has come to find you. Was blind, but now I see. Yo. Gonna keep holding on. Gotta keep searching on.
I am serious, Mark. Drop it.
Come on! Be reasonable. Be my guest.
Mark, I told you, I need some time, so can you please just go
away? What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's my question exactly.
I owe you an apology.
You sure do.
Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Go home, Sam.
Go home? I've come 2,000 miles to see you.
Huh? You've seen me.
I was wrong!
That's right. When all else fails, grovel.
You? Wrong? Impossible.
You were right. I was jealous.
Mm-hmm.
And thoughtless.
Yeah. Oh, don't let me stop you.
I was wrong and I'm sorry.
Good. Anything else?
No? Yes. I don't know. Charlie, I've come all this way.
Why?
Huh?
Why did you come?
It's a valid question.
To apologize.
You've done that.
Oh! Swing and a miss.
Charlie!
Strike one.
Charlie! Charlie, please! I love you too.
Have a great trip back. Keep a stiff upper lip. That's my boy. Is there anything you want to tell me? This isn't exactly what I had in mind.
Mark, told you I need some time.
And apparently a fair bit of space as well. You know, if this is about that baptism thing, it doesn't matter.
It does matter, at least to me.
Well, then we'll work it out. Come on, Charlie, you can't just kick me out without giving me some sort of an explanation. You owe me that much.
I'm not kicking you out. All right, maybe I am. But it is not what you think. Okay, maybe it is. Please understand, I know I am not being fair about this. But I've changed. I don't want the same things I wanted before.
You want him? Is that what this is about?
It's about shelling peas. Kisses that mean something. Lives that do too. It's about being so sure about one thing. And everything else falls away.
Well, what has fallen away? Oh. I see.
I'm sorry.
I'll send a car to pick up the rest. Look, Charlie, I don't know what happened to you in Salt Lake, but I would like to, because my feelings for you haven't changed. I'll call you later.
I think it's time to look inside myself. In truth, I think I'm scared of what I'll see. Facing this discrepancy of what I am and what I want to be. I think it's time to look inside my heart, to face the insecurities I hide. Still, it seems so hard to struggle past the gates that are guarded by my restless soul.
Taxi!
Sam.
Charlie, I want you back. I'm not upset with you anymore.
How nice for you. We're in the middle of class, Sam.
I probably would have done the same thing. I mean, not with Mark, but... Oh, sorry. She's
Without clothing? Yes. You were saying?
The main thing is I forgive you.
You forgive me?
No, of course not. I mean, yes. No, that's not it at all. I don't care about that anymore.
What's going on here?
Nosebleed.
Can we go someplace and talk?
Miss Riley.
I have class.
Later then?
I can't.
Why?
Miss Riley?
That's really none of your business.
Charlie, wait. I want to be a part of your life. And not this part, but...
Why? Sam, you couldn't handle just one thing from my life, my past life. Life is too short and too hard to not feel safe with the one you love. You've given me something I'll have forever. I just can't have it with you. Go home, Sam.
Marco?
Hello.
How did you get in?
I told Henry I forgot my keys.
You said you wanted to talk.
There'll be plenty of time to talk. Later. You remember St. Angelo's?
Yeah. Didn't the health department close that place down?
Horrible miscarriage of justice. It was late one evening. I'd come in for a dozen hot wings. And there she was. The most extraordinarily gorgeous woman I'd ever seen. Sitting in front of an Angelo's gargantuan. Our eyes met. And she winked.
I never winked.
Pardon me, miss. This is my story. She winked. Invitingly. I sat down beside her.
It was a big pizza.
And then her date arrived.
How inconvenient.
He thought they were getting it to go.
He decided to stay.
Poor fella. Cute, but predictable.
Maybe she likes predictable.
Not this girl. She'd never paint by the numbers. She might find someone special. But she'd never settle. Not for someone like him.
What if she changed?
She wouldn't. Not really.
How do you know?
Because I'm sitting beside her right now. And it's as though she never left.
You better go.
I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
But tonight I got pizza.
Yeah, tonight it was all about how things used to be.
And how they can be again.
Not for me.
Get away from her. You New Yorker.
Wow. Handsome and witty.
Sam, what are you doing?
Charlie, you can't marry him.
I know.
You love me. You said so yourself. Wait, you know?
You know, why don't you get out of here, buddy?
No, I won't leave. Charlie, I love you.
You know, that particular argument doesn't seem to be working tonight.
She's supposed to be here.
No.
No, wait! All my life I've been waiting for this woman. The woman in my dreams, and suddenly I find myself in love with you. You had the wrong dreams.
What?
The wrong dreams. I had the wrong dreams. Charlie!
Sorry about that, folks. Wow. Where were we? I remember. Goodbye.
I am so sorry.
Don't be. We had fun while it lasted. Didn't we?
Luckily, the judge was sympathetic to my plight. She promised to forget the whole thing if I left the city immediately. Next time, she suggested I send a nice note with a bouquet of roses. I had what I thought was, well, a far better idea.
Dreams seem so far away, and other times just right around the corner. And I know you're gone, but I'm amazed how close you feel, and we both hold on. The love we have is real. I close my eyes and feel you near in every dream, in every tear, in every memory that doesn't fade away. And it feels like forever. It's just a heartbeat.
I'm so sorry.
You should be. I know. I've been discussing the whole thing with God. We're very close now, he and I.
Oh, really?
I said, Father, Sam's being a jerk.
And?
He agreed with me, of course.
Of course.
I told him how you'd broken my heart. He understood about that. But I said, I still love him.
What did he say?
He said I was probably a glutton for punishment. But I suppose I've always known that.
I love you.
You'd better.
Think you can put up with me?
Maybe just forever.
I close my eyes and feel you near in every dream, in every tear, in every memory that doesn't fade away. And it feels like forever. It's just a heartbeat away.
Mama, Mama, come on, you can say it. Mama.
Dada.
That's my little man.
Not Dada, Mama. Come on, who feeds you? Who changes all the really nasty diapers? Mama.
Dada.
Mama. That's it, Sam. You have corrupted our child. Voila.
What's this?
A commission. It's going to be a painting of Christ, but I can't get the face right.
You should give him a smile or something. He looks depressed.
He's supposed to look depressed. His friend just died.
Huh?
Lazarus? Mary and Martha's brother, Lazarus?
No.
Before he raised him from the dead, Christ wept.
Oh. Ugh.
It's not my fault if I had a studio.
I need my office, Charles.
Yeah, well, I'd be willing to share
And besides, if I had a proper studio, I'd have more kitchen space to whip up culinary masterpieces, the likes of which you have only glimpsed tonight. You didn't like it?
It was good.
Good.
Very creative.
Creative? Yeah.
Hey.
Oh.
What's wrong? You okay?
Yeah. It's a sore muscle. Just tired, I guess.
You've been tired a lot lately.
Yeah, well, pardon me, Mr. Roberts. Have you met your son? Short little guy, crawls around a lot.
Oh, is that who that is?
That's who that is.
I know exactly what you need. A night out on the town. Or at least a night out on the kitchen floor.
Lovely.
We spare no expense. I've got a thing for the way you see through me. Your eyes, how they sparkle, make blue skies seem gloomy. I've got a thing, a spectacular thing. Yes, I've got a thing for you.
You are just trying to get out of doing the dishes.
Is it working?
Keep dancing and you might get lucky.
Today's lesson is on home and family relations. What are some of the things you do with your husbands to keep you closer together?
Rick and I enjoy gardening together.
What else?
Russ and I like taking walks together.
And what a great way to lose those few extra pounds. What else?
Well, Sam and I like to make love.
Bishop?
Daddy.
Why does he always do that?
Mama.
Daddy.
You can't leave me, not now.
Okay. Ow! Of my way. Had enough of you and your motorcycle gang.
Bob, what about the baby?
Probably not even mine. So, for all I know, he's Freddy's, that goofy-eyed dweeble on checkstand 7.
I admit at one time I did find Freddie irresistible, but that was just a fling. In my heart, I have always loved you.
Liar! I don't even believe you. You've broken my heart for the last time. Beulah. We're through.
How can you say such a thing when I have stuck with you through the stock market crash and the ingrown toenails and that highly contagious case of swine fever?
You laughed. You laughed. You laughed.
You laughed first.
It was a cop.
You so laughed first.
Nasty stuff, swine fever.
Nice try, Bob. You lose. Diaper duty for a week.
This is no sore muscle.
Nah, of course it is. Okay, you might be right, but just this once.
Just stay still, okay?
Mr. Roberts, your wife has cancer. Mr. Roberts.
Go on, I'm listening.
The tumor started in the pancreas. That's probably why it went undetected till now. I'm afraid the cancer has spread.
So are we talking surgery, radiation?
I'm afraid surgery's out of the question at this point. And we can try some aggressive chemotherapy if that's
All right,
your
let's
wish.
do it. Let's get started.
Mr. Roberts, I need to be perfectly honest with you. Chemotherapy is rarely effective in a case like this. Even if your wife responds favorably to the treatment, the best we could hope for is to shrink the tumor, slightly prolonging the little time that she has left.
Time she has left?
Mr. Roberts, your wife is dying. I'm truly sorry. It's out of our hands. There's nothing we can do.
How are you?
I hope I look better than you do. I hate to break this to you. I have severe halitosis. And a really nasty case of terminal cancer. There. I said it.
There are treatments.
I've talked to the doctors.
Doctors don't know everything. People beat this thing all the time. Hey. I will give you a blessing, and God will do the rest. You'll see. Charlie, your Father in heaven is aware of your struggle. He was. I want to bless you. I bless you that through your faith and obedience, and the faith and obedience of your family, that you will live. The treatments will work, and you won't die. Heavenly Father loves you. He loves me and Adam. I love you. I bless you, Charlie. I bless you to live. What are you doing?
Thinking. Have you noticed his cowlick back here? No matter what I do, it always sticks straight up. Wonder what it'll look like in a year when it grows out.
We'll just have to wait and see.
At 1 year, survival rates for my type of cancer are 0, Sam. 0.
So we'll beat the odds.
Pretty stiff odds.
We have Heavenly Father on our side. You heard the blessing.
And blessings come from God?
Yes.
Always?
What are you saying?
Sometimes when we want something bad enough.
I did what I felt was right. What do you want? You want to give up? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up what time I have left. I want to be here. With you. And with Adam. Not tethered to some IV pole dying in a hospital room.
I would never let that happen.
If what the doctors say is true.
It's not.
Everything inside me tells me it is.
The Lord will come through for us, Charlie. We just have to have faith and give him a chance.
Barring some huge miracle.
Exactly.
You honestly believe the treatments will work?
Yes.
All right. You said they'd check my progress after the first series of treatments. If it's working, we'll continue. If not?
They'll work. I know it.
hope so, too.
So do you have any children?
A little boy.
How old is he?
10 months.
Yeah, that's nice.
Almost done.
It's gonna be good.
I'll see your rice pudding and raise you one orange Jello delight.
Paul.
Read 'em and eat.
You are cheating.
Prove it. You keep losing like this, and the doctor's going to have to put you on a diet. That boy loves you.
I know. I can't reach him. It's like I'm already dead.
No, that's what he wants to prevent, dear. In the only way he knows how. Ignore it and maybe it'll go away.
That makes no sense.
It's always worked with your father. It's not you. Not really. He's frightened. And he's running. Can you blame him? If he stops, all this might catch up with him. And then what? Come on. Eat up. I've got a lot riding on this main course.
What's all this?
It's your studio. I decided you could use it more than I could. What do you think? I think we could,
I never told you why I first fell in love with you, did I?
You have a lifetime to show me.
No, I don't.
Knock it off.
Who's going to use this thing once you finish it? Paint's got a longer guarantee on it than I do.
You don't know that. We have lived good lives, we've been faithful, and God will keep his promises.
God never promised us he'd cure my cancer. He promised us we could be together forever, even after death. Dying's just still part of the deal. Sam. Sam. I am going to die.
I don't know that.
I knew it the night of the blessing. So did you.
Why are you giving up? Why? You can't give up! He says he's a God of miracles? Well, why not now? I've done my part. All I want is one lousy little miracle. Is it too much to ask?
It is not the end. Not really. You taught me that. Who needs more time? We've got eternity.
What if I was wrong? What if there's nothing more after this and it's just a lie?
It doesn't feel like a lie.
You did tomorrow till yesterday.
So ask.
Hey, God, you up there?
Something like that. That was it.
What?
In a world full of people afraid to believe in anything, it was your wide-eyed, obstinate, happily ever after faith in life, in God. And in me. It has gotten us this far, and don't you dare back out on me now.
I can't do this.
No. But we can. With his help, we can.
I'd always taken solace in the idea that God was in control.
Mommy, Adam.
That he would make things right.
Mommy.
But now...
Mommy. Can you please say it? Mommy, Adam. Oh, Mommy. Can you please say my name, baby? Adam, I'm your mommy. Please remember me.
But now... Now things were so terribly wrong. Did I know him well enough to trust him now? To trust him with her?
You look like you could use a drink. How's it going?
I prayed, I pleaded, I promised, but...
The treatments?
Christ heals the sick left and right. He raises people from the dead without even breaking a sweat. When he runs up against one tiny little tumor, 11 centimeters. 11 centimeters. Distance between life and death and nothing.
How's Charlie?
Charlie's given up just like the rest of you.
Sam.
I keep thinking maybe it's me, maybe if I'd exercised more faith, or maybe it's a test. Maybe if I had more time.
Maybe not.
No! I know God can do this. I know it.
Sam, you've got to face the fact that your faith may not fix this.
Then what's it good for? Huh? What? Why have faith if it's only good for Bible stories and fairy tales, filling sacrament meeting talks? And then when it really counts...
When it really counts, it won't abandon you. The pain may block everything else for a while, but slowly, the stab will dull to an ache. And then if you have faith in all of those answers you've been carrying around for a lifetime, then the pain won't give way to emptiness. And neither will you. Neither will you.
Charlie!
What is this?
Hi. It's a party. Come on.
Who are all these people?
Just a few friends. Loosen up, Utah.
Hi.
Charlie used the term friend loosely to describe nearly everyone she'd ever met. There was her doctor, and a boy who'd carried her groceries out to her car each week, the policeman who ticketed her for speeding, and a minister from another faith who'd stopped by one day to invite us to her services, and our neighbors, with the word neighbor defined as anyone living on the road we lived on. As I looked at her that night, I could almost believe it would last forever. I wanted to etch every moment, every movement into memory. But it seemed like she just kept slipping away, and I couldn't shake the fear that I might never see her again.
Charlie? Charlie? What's wrong?
I want my baby.
Are you okay?
I want my baby.
Please help me. Please. I'm so scared. I'm so sorry.
Come on, Mom. I want to go out. I can't wait.
Mama.
been a marvelous ride, hasn't it?
The best.
I don't want it to end.
It won't.
Glutton for punishment. I love you.
You better.
All this time I had hoped and prayed for a miracle. Maybe I'd missed it. Maybe the real miracle was all around me. Perhaps the greatest miracle of all was that I could let her go and never lose her. Why? I don't know. I don't think God explains why. Not because he isn't listening or because he doesn't care, but perhaps because the reasons don't make sense. Not now, anyway. When Lazarus died, Christ didn't tell his sisters everything would be all right. It wasn't. Lazarus was dead, and they were in pain. Christ knew Lazarus would live, but he didn't belittle his friend's grief. He didn't try to explain it away. He didn't try to dry their tears. He wept with them. He loved them. It's in that love that I trust now.
The ride is not over yet, Utah. I'll save your place in mine. I love you.
Mr. Rafferty, I'd like you to meet my fiancé,
He's just proposed and you're the first one we've told. Sam and I want to ride your Ferris wheel for a long time, understand? A long, long time.